Hi, authors. So, today's topic is why it's so important for authors who are releasing a new book, why it's so important for them to get maximum exposure during release week. So, what does exposure mean? Essentially, it boils down to how many people's eyes are on the book, how many people's reading the books, etc., etc. How can we help ourselves to put ourselves in that position to where most people are actually reading our book or more people are actually reading our book? One of the best strategies is to have a review team. Or even to have a strategic marketing plan, but we'll talk about review teams today. So if you have a review team, which is a group of people who have agreed to read your book and have agreed to leave a review either on release date or during that release week, that will help to boost your exposure, especially if those reviews continue to trickle in during the course of that week. So if you have like a burst of reviews on the first day and then crickets after that, you could still get exposure. But if those reviews, you have a few on release day and then a couple the next day and a couple the day after that, then that's where it would actually lead to more longevity in your exposure, because it will appear, at least to the algorithm, that more people are actually reading your book and more people are picking up on the story. So if you do have a review team, it's probably a good strategy to have some of your reviewers leave reviews on release day, some of them leave a couple days later, some of them so that it continues to extend out for you. So on the other side of this, some authors might have the question like, oh, I didn't know this before. I knew I wanted to have my book have exposure and I tried my best. I had a review team or whatever. Maybe some people left reviews, some people didn't. And now the book is just like kind of stagnant. Good news is that you can revive a stagnant book. So there's a couple different ways to do this. One way is to give your book a new, like a facelift, give your book a new cover. So do a whole blast about it on social media, to your email list, to whoever is listening or interested in your books. Put it on all your pages. Say like, hey, a new cover is coming, a new cover is coming. Boom, paste a new cover, do a new cover reveal, etc., etc. And it will kind of feel like a brand new book has been born. And in that case, that might be a way to target and get more people to read those books. You can even have an email list during that time frame as well, or not an email list, but a review team during that time frame as well. And then sometimes that will lead to more exposure on your book. Another strategy is Amazon ads. And this is something that when I first started publishing, I had heard about, but I was kind of reluctant to try because number one, I ain't had no money. And number two, I ain't had no money. So I didn't want to try it because I have no money to waste. Look, I ain't making no money, so how I'm going to spend some money if I ain't making no money? But everybody kept saying you got to pay to play, whatever. So I said, all right, let me buckle down, let me try it. Good thing that I did. Thank God that I did. Because when I started running the Amazon ads, I'll give you one case study that I use in the course that I teach about Amazon ads. So if you're an author and you want to learn about Amazon ads, you could take my course on it. But that's another story for another time. But when I started running Amazon ads, I had a book that came out in 2018. I started running ads in 2020. The book came out in 2018. Flatline, basically, as far as sales were concerned. And I can show you the numbers. Flatline when it came to that book, when it came out in 2018. But when I started running them ads, boom, the sales skyrocketed and it started going higher and higher. It rose exponentially to the point where in 2022, 4 years after it released, 4 years after it released, that book is my second highest book of sales of all times. So the second highest sales ranking book of all time out of my catalog, and it's still selling to this day. And on top of that, the book is only 55 pages long, so it's a quick read. And my paperback sales are higher than my ebook sales, but that's another story for another time. But long story short, you can revive it by doing a new cover, writing a new blurb, etc., and also by running ads on that book. So you can run Amazon ads, Facebook ads, whatever, but I gravitate more toward Amazon ads because those are the ones that I've learned a lot more about. I'm still trying to learn in the area of Facebook ads, but hopefully this helps. Hopefully, if you have an older book, this will help you to revive it. Or if you have a new book that's upcoming or has just released or is just about to release, hopefully this will help to give you that maximum exposure. Talk to you soon.